Get to the right morning every day. Every morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, Adelaide's Jody and Hazy on Nova.
That's as good as it gets. Front row to the Rochelle Show.
Jelly on the telly, eating jelly on the belly. Flying through the valley, singing Nelly with the jelly.
Please welcome to the show, Josh Rochelle.
Just walked into the studio. He's got two placards. One says W, one says 4 points.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like whatevs.
Yeah.
Cop that, St Kilda.
Yeah. Nice little win for you.
It was a good win, an interesting one.
Interesting how?
Interesting, wet weather. It was very close up to the third quarter, and then, the fourth quarter when we unleashed our super sub.
Riley Philthorpe.
No.
Oh, what a return. And it was so nice to see the boys get around him too when he kicked a couple.
Oh, it was great. He's a bit of a weirdo as well, so we love him, but especially with his nice beard going on at the moment.
What is that Bear Grylls look about?
Which actually suits him, I think, because we've seen some photos of him in the past without it, and I wouldn't be able to recognise him now.
They, during the coverage, put up on the screen a picture of him when he was first drafted compared to now. It's like boy man in that.
It's ridiculous.
100%.
And the size of his arms and his legs now is a whole different level too.
Josh, is he dropping some quick maths? And that is, well, he came on for the last quarter. I kicked 2. So if I was on for 4 quarters, I probably would have kicked 8.
He said that. He said, and I had 7 possessions, so I was on for about 8 and 28. Good luck, buddy. It's not that easy.
Not a bad season, Davo.
Now, speaking of hair, I mean, I can't keep up. You came in last week, you shaved the head. Now you've got some sort of V thing happening at the back. Talk us through that.
Yeah, so I went and saw my local barber, shout out Benny's Barbers, and he said, I want to do this to your hair. And I was like, go for it. I've got a short hair now. There's not much you can do.
Yep.
So he's done this V thing at the back, skin fade 0. So it's pretty much bald.
Wow.
And number 2 on the top. And
It's very sharp on the side. It's almost like you've taken some skin away. Like it's like a -1.
What's the feedback been on their hair?
Yeah, bit
Mixed?
up and down.
Yeah.
I had a school clinic yesterday for some kids, and a lot of kids were very unhappy with the mullet gone.
No.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Okay.
they hated it.
Do you know what, Josh? I'm telling you right now, and this is from someone who's probably, 18 years older than you. You will look back at some of your football photos and go, what was I doing? What was I doing with the mullet?
It's like I reckon the 90s, 2000 version of the blonde tips where all the boys thought, let's get some tips in.
Yes. And also from a man who's furiously thinning, stop wasting your hair. It's a privilege, not a right. It's a privilege.
That's so true. Hey, we're doing Jody and Hazy's Most Awesome at the moment. It's the Most Awesome Coffee. Talk us through your coffee habits. How many a day?
Yeah, I'd say definitely nearly 1 a day to maybe on the off days 2 max.
What do you mean
sensible.
nearly 1 a day?
Nearly
How
one.
is there nearly 1?
You just get through
have
half of
half
one
a
day.
cup?
Oh, not 1 every single day. Maybe one every couple of days. But
Good on you.
skinny latte is my go-to, and
Okay.
a piccolo on occasion.
Do you have a sugar when you want to treat yourself?
No sugar.
Oh,
no.
sugar's the devil.
Started
though.
off with probably 2 or 3 when I was getting used to it,
Yeah,
and
right.
had to get rid of that pretty quickly.
Do you have any teammates that have sort of unique coffee snob sort of orders?
Yeah, I was just mentioning before, Isaac Rakin's got a double shot almond piccolo, which is a bit of a weird one.
Of course it is. Hang on. Can you say that again? I want to write that down.
So it's a piccolo, it's a double shot, and it's almond milk
And it's almond milk.
Wow.
to top it off.
Okay. Yeah, that's very, very specific. Although you probably don't get judgment when you make that order when you're Isaac Rankin.
Rankin.
True.
Did he miss his coffee before Brisbane? What happened?
You might have to ask him.
That's good. I dare you to
we love
ask
him.
Isaac Rankin that to his face. I very dare you.
We love Isaac. He's a beautiful man. So I'm looking forward to him coming back.
Your favourite coffee haunt, by the way?
Yeah, the local I'd say is definitely the Mediterranean in Glenelg. I tend to go there
yeah.
a fair bit with my family and my girlfriend.
Ooh, drop the girlfriend. just the casual flex there. Me and my girlfriend like to go for coffee.
Very nice.
Guess what?
You embarrassed him.
So embarrassed.
Guess what, Josh? We all have girlfriends.
Classic. Hey, before we let you go, big game Friday nights. Do you seem like to a sort of person, and we've spoken about this, you love the big stage. There must be a few Crows boys, particularly off that Saints win, who are licking their lips for an opportunity like this.
Yeah, especially us young boys. I feel like it's quite exciting for the likes of your Zach Taylors, your Hugh Bonds, even your Billy Downings who haven't played a lot of that Friday night footy yet. So it's an awesome time to play, and especially against Essendon, who are a bit up and down on form, but haven't lost at Marvel yet. So it'll be an exciting
You
game.
mentioned Hugh Bond. Producer M, can I tell the story? Oh, sorry, Billy Dowling. It was from. Okay, so producer
Very
M
protective.
over here, who is quite pregnant, came in the other morning and she said, I had a dream that I had a dream that I bashed Billy Dowling.
Oh, when off-air conversations come to life.
Sorry, Josh. Can we also just clarify that I said in the dream I was the same age as Billy too? Okay.
Okay.
Let's just clarify that. And off-air conversations are supposed to stay off-air.
No. So what happened, Josh, is I looked at her with my eyes and I said, can I please have permission to tell that off-air story? And she looked at me back and said it was absolutely yes.
I thought you were going to talk about the fact that I used to work at the Crows and Billy Dowling gave me a shout-out when I left. That's what I thought you were going to talk about.
Yes.
Not something off-air.
Well, that's a boring story. The fact that you pashed him in your dreams is much better.
Oh, we'll leave it there, Josh. Thank you so much for coming in. Appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
Nova's birthday payday
Can
is
you
up
stick
next.
around because I'm in trouble?
You're dead.
I'm scared.
$1,000 up for grabs just for having your birthday. Now I just need you to stop everything that you're doing and picture producer M pashing Billy Dowling. Thank you very much.
What the fork?
What the fork?
The fork was happening.
I think
To say that Joe Biden's campaign trail is going well is just a flat-out lie.
I think we can all collectively say it's been a massive what the fork week in American politics. We've had an assassination attempt on the former president. But as a side note, Joey Biden is just doing 80-year-old things, you know?
He is. And what a little collection he's making. It's fun for us because we get to listen from accidentally almost saying make America great again to calling Kamala Harris
Kamala.
Trump.
Did you say Pamela?
It's Pamela, isn't it?
Kamala.
Karma. What's her name?
K. Kamala.
That's what I'm talking about. There's my Joe Biden moment. Hey? Playing the role beautifully, if you don't mind.
Pamela.
So, I said Pamela.
Yeah, but it's
Kamala.
K.
With a K.
Kamala. I thought it was Pamela. Kamala? It's Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if it was
Oh, no one told me.
if it
Kamala.
was
Kamala.
Listen, if
Kamala.
it was spelt with a P, it would be Pamela.
Are you saying Palm Harris?
Why have I got a chicken parmigiana in my head
I
now?
don't know.
And why am I hungry?
Anyway.
But also, probably much worse than me calling her that is calling Zelensky Putin. That didn't go down too well.
Yeah.
Let's listen in. Let's recollect.
So tonight, I'm asking every American to recommit to make America. Think about it. I wouldn't have picked Vice President Trump to be Vice President, but I think she was not qualified to be President. And now I want to hand it over to the President of Ukraine, who has as much courage as he has determination. Ladies and gentlemen, President Putin.
Nice. the best bit is the person. There's someone who's like,
Started clapping and then went, oh no, I don't want to clap that. They're at war with each other.
oh my gosh. 13, 24, 10, your Biden moment. When have you just absolutely put your foot in it?
You've just had one,
Yeah, little one.
but I'm sure you've had others.
Yeah, but I'm not going to get myself in trouble for that. So I work with someone who, and I feel like everyone has somehow done this at some stage,
Yes.
went to absolutely tee off on someone and spoke about how bad they were at their job, etc., only to accidentally send that email to the person. And when you find yourself in that situation and the moment that you realise what you've done,
Yeah.
all you can do, like my colleague did, was call that person and say, look, I know you've sent the email. I'm sorry.
But that's how I feel.
Yeah.
But you know how I feel.
And also, P.S., you are very bad at your job.
But if it's worth anything, that wasn't supposed to go to you. It was supposed to be behind your back.
Yeah.
No, that doesn't help at all.
Yeah. Does that make you feel better that I was bitching about you?
Jodie, just so you know, I meant every word in that email.
You would have had a moment or two.
Look, I was thinking about this before. I think I've probably had 1 million moments that I've just collectively gone, I'm going to block all of them out. But one that does ring to mind that happened recently, I was at the gym, I was doing Pilates, and this girl who I used to go to school with, she came and she said, is your name Abby? And I said, she goes, I used to go to school with you. And I was like, oh, yeah, okay. Like, oh, I don't remember you. But anyway, as this sort of conversation's going on, I stopped and I went, because I overheard her talking about not being at the gym for a while.
Yeah.
And she said, oh, yeah, finally I'm back, blah, blah, blah. And I said, oh, so have you been off to have a baby or something? And she went, oh, no, just got fat. I've been running a business and really busy. And I felt I went, oh, I just heard you said you've been away from the gym for ages. I just figured you'd had a baby, like we're at that age now. And she laughed it off, but I went home and I, honest to God, laid up in bed and just thought about that all night and just thought, oh my God, she's going to hate me. And I was at school.
Yeah.
People used to think I hated them, so would hate me now.
That's
Yeah,
all right.
absolutely.
We still think you hate us.
Unbelievable
I do,
stuff.
but anyway.
And you know that she's at home being like, what about it? Abby said?
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
basically said that I was fat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told you guys about this one not so long ago where I went to a birthday party
Yeah.
and I walked in and there was a group of people and there was a girl there and like she didn't there was a couple of girls in the circle that I knew. I was like, hey, da, 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 hugs, blah, blah, blah. And then I looked at this girl and it didn't click who she was. And I said, hi, Jodie, nice to meet you. And she's like, it's Anna Gillespie. I've known her for over 20 years and I've just... Everyone in the circle was like, whoa.
Oh, my gosh.
Big slug of champagne.
I've known you for 20 years, and you're like, is that it? Only 20 years? We've only just met then.
Well, that's on you. Oh, 13, 24, 10. Let's do this. What the fork? What has been your Joe Biden moment?
Oh, you just put your foot in it in those moments. You're like, I just can't crawl my way out of this.
No.
Feels like there's no way out. Hey, best caller this morning as well. I've got a little awesome foursome voucher to bounce. We can bounce as a family of four. And also a $100 Reading Cinema voucher. We'll take your calls next. Your Joey B moments. Oh, yes. Well, you've aggressively put your foot in it.
Big shout out to Pamela Harris this morning.
Pamela Harris.
Oh,
actually.
sorry.
13, 24, 10.
What the fork?
What the fork?
What the fork is happening?
What the fork? Your Joe Biden moments. He's had quite a few this week. 13, 24, 10. Get involved in this. When did you absolutely just say the wrong thing, put your foot in it, etc.? Got a little prize to give away.
Can be tough as well. Give us a call, 13 24 10. Awesome foursome voucher to bounce. We can bounce as a family of four. And also, $100 Reading Cinema voucher up for grabs.
Yeah, producer Zoe. I mean, we had to narrow it down with you, didn't
I
we?
know, isn't it rough? You're like, so have you got any? And I was like, oh, where do I start?
Yeah.
You should write a book.
Start at the beginning.
But, well, honestly, one of my favourites is one that actually Mum did, Bindi. Bindi went to a party, like a family friend's birthday party, and there was an older man there playing with a young child, and it was gorgeous. They were like doing Bring Around the Rosie, and so cute. And
Yeah.
Mum was so compelled to go over and speak to him. She went over and she went, you are just divine with your grandson. And he gave her such a dagger and went, he's my son.
There you go.
Oh.
Was he an older dad?
Yeah.
Or was he just quite great?
He was an older dad. He would have been, maybe in his 70s.
Oh my
with
gosh,
like a
it was
little
Graham
5-year-old.
Corns. It was crazy.
It was Cornsy.
No.
But Mum was so mortified that she left the party.
Oh
you
my
go.
God! Yeah, that'll get back to. You had one. You had one right
don't
here
know
at
which
Nova.
one. Oh,
that
no.
one where you. Okay.
Oh, yes.
I've had so many here. I can't tell the story again because it's so boring. But when I asked Tim Ginniver if he likes football, that was bad.
That was really good. But bless Tim Ginniver.
But bless him
Yeah.
who went along with it.
Went along with
Yeah,
it.
I do. I like Port Adelaide.
Yeah, I'm actually a bit of a supporter of Port Adelaide.
Yeah, that's
The
good.
worst thing I've done at Nova, which was funny because the Brekkie show at the time. Then
Oh,
did
the
a
Christmas
segment-
party.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, oh no. Okay. Come on. No, the Brekkie show at the time did a segment of when should you have been fired after this one. We were doing a Nova's Red Room here in the garden, and I was working the door, and I was pretty new at Nova, and one of the big Sydney bosses was coming in. And I'd been briefed so many times on, once he's here, just bring him straight in, get him a drink, all of that.
Yeah.
But I'd never met him before, and he came up to the door and he said his name, and I went, oh, and I looked at the list. He wasn't on the list.
No entry.
No entry. So I went, sorry, which company do you work for?
Yeah.
And he was like,
No.
Nova. And our boss, Katie, who we all love, I saw her literally, she saw it happen, leg it across the entire garden and apologised profusely.
I think on top of that as well, Jodes, when you really lost him is when you called him Muscles. So, yeah, sorry, Muscles, you can't come in here.
Wouldn't have thought, champ.
Very derogatory. Sorry, sport, off your trot.
Oh dear. 13, 24, 10. Give us a call. Your Joe Biden moment. We'd love to take your calls this morning.
Can we talk right now about a new national anthem that's gone disgustingly wrong? You know I love this space. It is my sweet spot.
Have never known a man to love a national anthem gone wrong more than you, my friend.
Well, of course, Carl Lewis back in 93, we thought, could we ever top this?
And the Rockets, red flag,
Uh-oh, indeed, Carl. It was really disastrous. But then, of course, we were given the gift of Fergie at the All-Star game. Oh, Fergie. That really went wrong, didn't it? Well, guess what? We've got a new contender.
What?
Perhaps the worst rendition of the American national anthem of all time.
Brilliant.
This lady is called Ingrid Andress. She sang at the MLB Home Run Derby. Feast your ears on this.
Or the land of the free.
Bring it home.
Bring it home. Bring it home. Bring it home.
The home of the brave.
Yeah. That's good.
How generous with the crowd.
I don't know if they were cheering for her or against her towards the end.
That was outrageous.
Oh, that's good, isn't it? So you got two options. You can either change the national anthem involving viral sensation Hayley Welch. It's an option. Or you know what else we can do?
What?
The Fergie remix.
Oh, yeah.
Let's take you out with this. Yes.
Yes.
Bring it home, Fergie. Oh, it's just music to the ears.
Doesn't that conjure up? That conjure up vision of like all those NBA players in the room just giving a no.
Yeah, it was Kevin Durant and the lads.
Yeah.
Even worse was the reaction when she was actually doing it. And you had Draymond Green and Steph Curry just looking at each other and start giggling like little schoolboys. And then Chance the Rapper burying his face in his own hands.
Oh, God. And then her ex-husband, Josh Jamal, came out and said, all right, boys, you've had your fun.
Leave her alone.
Leave Fergie alone.
Let's talk about something that's popped across my desk, which I find very, very interesting. And I've just sort of dipped my toe into the archives.
Okay. Popped across your desk. You sit at your desk for 8 minutes a day, honestly.
Yeah, I know. Where is my desk again, by the way?
I don't know.
It seems to jump up in all sorts of different places. This was an article from the Advertiser, I can definitely say back in the day. A little bit of gossip. It must have been in the confidential section. And you've been in there a couple of times.
The confidential? Yeah. Oh, my goodness.
Several times.
The confidential is the reason I still don't answer unknown numbers on my phone.
Right.
Because I'm terrified.
Well, you just assume that it's the paparazzo, is it? Trying to hook you up. I'll tell you what. It's Derek who's actually coming to you from Singapore and he's trying to sell you solar panels, all right? I'll give you the hot tip.
Okay, thank you. I
Don't
can
worry
relax
about
now.
it. So here's how it starts. Date rumour, just a dud.
What?
Is this ringing any bells?
When is this from?
Oh, well, I don't know. It doesn't have a date on it. Although it does look a little bit yellow. You know,
Okay.
the paper gets a bit yellow because it's aged. We know she's got a thing for athletic types, so we were excited to hear radio presenter Jodie Blewett had scored herself one cool sporting do.
Well, this has to be this has to be back in the 2000s. It has to be early 2000s.
I'll go on.
Because I was still Blewett then.
Yes, okay. Well, Adelaide's social set says Jodie's enjoying a summer romance with ice hockey player Greg Oddie. The former Mrs. Greg Blewett says, it's all lies. What? What is going on? Greg, as in Oddie, see what they're doing there? They're like, oh, it's a different Greg. What's going on here?
Clever.
Would be quite a catch. Not only is he one of the stars of Adelaide Avalanche, but he's also played for Australia. Whoa. And he works with Jodie at Mix 102.3, where he's a member of the sales team.
True story.
Ooh, bit of a cross relationship in-house.
Yeah.
Who saw that coming? Very saucy. But Jodie tells Confidential there's no hookup happening. Quote, he's just a mate, he says. There's nothing in it.
That's the most bogan quote of all time.
What about Greg Oddie seeing it as well, being like, what? There's nothing in it.
What? Hang on, she was at my house last night.
What do you call that? Just friends? What? I want more. This is the best quote, though.
Right.
And it's just, I'm going to say it, it's so wanky. The only person I'm in love with is my daughter right now.
Oh,
Oh, you're so noble.
Oh,
So noble.
shut up.
Oh, screw, man. The only person I'm in love with and obsessed with is my daughter. She's such a good person. You're such a good person.
Shut up.
Oh, little did they know that there was 3 more to come as well. So now I'd be, which one? So the best is, it's all lies. It's all crap. And then, boop, married, 3 more kids. This is why the advertiser doesn't trust you. I'm about to play, I would say, arguably the most iconic theme music in this country. Everyone knows exactly what it is. And I don't know what it is about Bunnings, Jones, but they're the nicest people on the planet.
Yeah, they're lovely, aren't they?
Also, so Bunnings and Dan Murphy's.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just my Dan Murphy's.
Yep.
Dan Murphy's Welland, you go in there, they're so lovely.
Uncle Dan's people are next level, aren't they?
I don't know if that's part of the training, except there's a security guard at Dan Murphy's Welland who's not very nice.
Oh.
He gives you the look like, oh, you're back again, are you? Righto, groggy.
Mate.
And I'm like, mate, you calm down. I'll swig some rum and I'll drop you. All right? Anyway, back to Bunnings. Lovely people.
He's just gaslighting you. Honestly. He's just
working
messing
too.
with your head.
Yeah, but you also go in there every single night after work, so.
Yeah, so maybe a little bit of judgment is warranted.
Well, I just feel stock up, and then you don't have to go back repeatedly day in, day out.
Yeah, but he only gets a certain amount from Cara to spend each week.
That's so true.
Very, very true.
So he's, superseding his budget.
Cask wine.
Okay, so this is the thing. Bunnings in Mornington Peninsula in Melbourne are running singles nights. They're up to their 3rd. Who's single in our team?
It's 2 people.
Yeah. Producer Zoe. Yeah.
And also news reader Abby.
No, I heard it was Emily.
No.
She might be after
Maybe after I just
Billy Dowling
revealed that
incident.
she had a horny dream about Billy Dowling. To Josh Shelley, she might be single after this. Good morning, Michael, if you're listening.
Hey, Marky Mike.
So they're running singles nights, and it just got me thinking. Everyone in this town is rooting for you to find a partner because you're such a lovely person.
Yeah, but
That's what they all think.
I'm not.
Yeah.
What, you're not single or you're not lovely?
No, I'm not lovely.
Oh. So you are single. So I'm on a mission to find you a man that you deserve. And what's your type? Hot tradie.
Here's my issue. Mum, when we were younger, said don't marry someone useless. Marry someone who can, if you want to put a picture up, can do that. If you need something fixed, marry someone who's got life skills, essentially.
That's a heap of BS. Cara married him.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. So, but he can pay someone to do what he needs done.
That's true.
Mate, sometimes I forget how to breathe.
Yeah.
Sometimes I forget how to walk. I'm like, left, right, left, right, left, left. Oh, I'm on the ground.
Oh, God.
But Mum always said don't marry someone who's useless. Okay. So I think from that I've just gone, oh, well, a tradie knows how to do things.
Okay.
Yeah. So I would like to do you a favour, and I'm thinking what we do is we pop you into Bunnings in some capacity. I haven't worked out all the details yet, but we put you in Bunnings and we try to find you a husband.
Yes.
Because that's the place to be if you don't want to be single anymore, and you don't want to be single anymore.
It's a new place to mingle.
Yeah.
Okay, so first
Bunnings
things first, no. Second things second, no.
Okay.
Thirdly, yes.
Yes.
Thirdly,
that's what I heard.
no.
Is that what you heard?
I heard a yes in there somewhere.
Yeah. And also, there's no I in team. Okay?
Hold on.
But there is I and Jodie.
But there is an eye in Bunnings as well.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, there
Put all
is
those
two.
eyes together and you get single no more. Abby will find a relationship at Bunnings. It all beautifully connects.
Or how about you guys all throw in 100k each and we buy me a house, and then I will need to go to Bunnings because I'll be doing, things for my house.
Certainly it is not the
Not
plan
sure
that I
about that as an
formulated in my brain.
Metricom still haven't called me either to say, here, we'll gift you a house.
Well, damn. Okay.
I reckon we should watch this space. I think there's something here. There's something here,
I
Abs.
think so.
Because lowest prices, as we know, are just the beginning.
Yeah, just the
The next step is a relationship. Okay?
So if you work at Bunnings and you're listening this morning, 13 24 10, we'd love to hear from you.
Yeah.
Do you see people literally hooking up in the
Okay, that's ridiculous.
in the aisles?
No, this is going to grow some legs.
Not ridiculous.
Watch this space. We're going to have something to do with Abby and Bunnings and finding the right man. Okay? Okay. I think we will do this through the socials as well.
I think so.
And Jodie and Hazy on Instagram.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll get a nice pic of you. Whack a bit of mascara
None
on.
available.
Bit of lippy. Get your hair down. Straighten it up.
Can I have lipstick on my teeth?
This is good. All right, at Jody and
Why are you
Hazy
single?
for more details on this. We'll see how this goes.
Here's what you're waking up to, Adelaide.
In the news today.
Breaking news. Breaking news.
What's in the news today?
Your post-snooze news.
This is all the information you need to know to get your day started. And if you were planning to go to Tenacious D at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre on Monday night, you can promptly forget about
Yeah,
it.
good luck rocking out to a bit of this.
We are but men. Rock.
Put it on hold, thanks. What's going on, Abs?
Yeah, so not good news. Basically, Tenacious D has cancelled all the rest of their Australian tour. And it basically is off the back of one of the band members, Kyle Gass, making a birthday wish on stage in Sydney over the weekend. Let's take a listen.
Oh my God. Don't miss Trump next time.
Oh, and if you didn't quite pick that up, his wish was don't miss Trump next time.
Yeah, so it's caused a bit of a wildfire, and essentially Jack Black has put all of the plans on hold for Tenacious D. Gass has now issued a statement because he's actually been dropped by his talent agency over that comment. So it's almost what we were talking about the other week with the guy who said the Isaac Rankin stuff. Yeah, he's been dropped by them, and he's come out and said now the unscripted comment was highly inappropriate, dangerous, and a terrible mistake. So I'm sure he's probably not feeling too good. I know that there would be people who probably thought the same because a lot of people don't like Donald Trump, but, you know, it was an assassination attempt on his life, and anyone who is championing that, there's issues there.
Yeah, you probably will, I mean, you're essentially talking about murder, aren't you?
Look, I don't want to be that person that says something controversial.
Oh, please don't.
But Senator Ralph Babbitt, I think it is,
Yeah.
called for Tenacious D's immediate deportation.
Oh, for goodness
Oh
sakes.
my gosh. Hey, Ralph, just cool at muscles. All right? Hey, sport, don't go too hard for attention because then you look like a dickhead.
I get it.
I get it. Yeah, the comment, you know, and as well, he's a band member, and now the whole, you know, they've had to cancel everything. Like we said, they were meant to be here Monday. They still had 5 or 6 shows, I think, to go, and now they've had to cancel everything
And I
over
guess,
that one
I mean,
comment.
when you think Tenacious D, you essentially think Jack Black. So it's tarnished his reputation, hasn't it?
Yeah, 100%. So he's distanced himself, but
How's
yeah.
that relationship going to go now? It's like if Hazy, if you said something highly controversial, I would wipe my hands of you so quickly.
You would.
I was
Just
working
stop me.
for a radio station, I will keep that unnamed, and one of the announcers had a particular cup when the Prime Minister came in. That was not a nice word, and it didn't get picked up. Didn't get picked up by anyone until the photo went online, and then everyone realised what it had said. But the lady who worked with him, she copped it as well because she was in the photo as well.
Do you remember when, I'm not sure which news service it was, but you know how they do in-room crosses?
Yeah.
Someone was doing a cross, and in the background there's all sorts of computers. Someone had a porn had.
Yes, I
no,
remember
that was Comsec, wasn't it? Wasn't it?
I can't
Wasn't it?
remember. I thought it was a news cross.
I think there was a couple. There was a Comsec one where they crossed for a finance report, and there was porn in the background, and there was also a newsroom cross with
That's
it.
amazing.
But I have to tell you, as someone who sits directly, when we do live crosses into the 10 newsroom,
Yeah.
my computer screen is directly behind where they take place.
Yeah.
So every single time we have a cross, I have to be very cognizant that I'm not on Shein.
Sometimes
Yeah, I was
Or
going to say
Timo.
Jodie's on Timo, looking at walking iPads. I mean,
I remember it would have been about 2004, and I had a mate by the name of Cam Davis who was doing like an internship at Channel 10 in Sydney.
Yeah.
And this was back in the day when they'd have morning news. I feel like they'd have news every sort of hour.
Yeah.
And it was genuinely live.
Yeah.
And I was in bed because I was young. 10 o'clock in the morning, and he calls me and he goes, "Oi, turn on the news." I was like, "What's going on?" He goes, "Channel 10, turn it on." So I turned on. It's like, "Can you see me?" And he's hunched over in the background of the corner of the shot. And I'm like, "Yeah, I can see you." And he was like, "How good." Anyway, he said as soon as they stopped filming, a bloke went over to him and literally grabbed him by the scruff of the neck and was like, "What the hell are you doing?" And ripped him. He was
really?
like, "Do you know what you've just done?" He's like, "What happened?" He's like, "You were just on TV."
Yeah.
He was like, "What?" Really?
No.
Anyway, I'm not sure what Cam's doing right now, but he is not working at Channel 10.
It's a bit like me. I'm not working at Channel 10. I'm on Timo.
Exactly. Jeremy Finlayson, let's talk about him.
Yes,
Unfortunately,
goodness.
pulled out for the rest of the season from Port Adelaide. So he has a slight laceration of his spleen.
Okay, so that means he's done.
He's done.
Can I ask a really stupid question?
Oh.
What does your spleen do?
I don't know. No,
Like,
that's
why do
not,
we
that's
have
not
it?
a silly question. I don't know. I think, does it do as much as your appendix?
I don't know. But I just feel like when you lacerate it, it sounds
lacerate
really
it.
painful.
Yeah.
Spleen.
Doesn't like that.
Okay, all right.
Here we
Producer
go.
M.
Here we go. Dr. M.
Dr. Google, the spleen stores and filters blood and makes white blood cells that protect you from infection.
Okay, so,
So very important.
so it turns out the spleen has quite a prominent role.
Yeah.
Oh, it
So
also
congratulations
recycles
to all the spleens
iron.
out there.
The spleen is purple.
Oh,
Is it?
Yeah.
okay. So then when you bash it up and it gets bruised or lacerated, what colour does it go if it's already purple?
Yeah, that's a very good question.
Yeah, it's a valid
There you go.
point.
That's why. These are the big questions.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, Jeremy Finlayson is out for the rest of the year.
Yeah, right.
Lacerated spleen, first quarter, tackle. And here's where it gets a little bit tricky. So I got smacked in the first quarter, didn't report any discomfort, was only sore after the game.
Kept playing.
And then the next day, turned up to the club and said, my sternum's quite sore.
Yeah.
And they sent him off for a scan because they thought that he might have had a crack there, but turned out he had a lacerated spleen.
Well, where were you when Jeremy Finlayson had a scan on Monday?
That's what we said as well, because we're
Where
all
were
looking
you?
for Todd Marshall, and Jeremy Finlayson might have walked past us and we're like, hey, hey, Jeremy, have you seen Todd? There you go. That is your post-snooze news. Top of 14 degrees across Adelaide today. Next, Jody will drop the first question for the 6:15 vending machine quiz.
Cam Davis, if you're listening, 132410, what are you doing now?
Not much. Still trying to get behind on TV camera. Good luck with that.